in DC. Looking to my right, the National Mall, Smithsonian. Looking to my left, the new African American Museum, which I have not been to yet. I want to go. And there, of course, is the Washington Monument obelisk. And I need to figure out how to get to the Memorial Bridge so that I can go up Rock Creek Parkway. The Lincoln Monument. This is a place I've been many, many times. People, you can't stop here. That is the Washington, D.C. Latter-day Saint, also known as Mormon, temple. It's been under repairs. Should be opening next year. Look forward to that. They're going to have a big rededication. Allow tours and all that sort of thing. This is the visitor center. Every year at Christmas, it's just lit up, all these trees have all sorts of Christmas lights on them. It's really pretty. We usually come here every year at Christmas time. My daughter was married here back in 2008, I guess it was, 11 years ago. This is an old hangout of ours from the early 80s, the Omni Ale House. We used to eat here on occasion when we lived in Maryland. Normally, I would be getting my lunch here, but last time I ate here, it wasn't very good. So I think I'm going to pass. This is the historic Sandy Springs Meeting House in Maryland. dated 1817. Friends are, of course, Quakers. I have ancestors who were Quakers. 1753, first Saturday spring meeting of record held in this grove. 1817, present building erected. An old building. Very cool old building. In fact, I think I'm going to eat my lunch here. I brought a lunch. This is a very peaceful place. I had lunch sitting over on that log, which I brought myself today. Look at that tree behind me. That huge, huge tree. I believe they call those witness trees. It's over in the cemetery. You know, this place makes me think of my own Quaker ancestors. Specifically, the Gaskill family, Phoebe Gaskill, who married my great-great-grandfather, Wesley H. Clark. He was born in 1818, thereabouts, died in 1888. As near as I could tell, he lived around Quakers, he married a Quaker, but he wasn't a Quaker himself. I think he may have been a Methodist, based on the fact that his name was Wesley. Somebody was named for John Wesley. The name started out as a surname, and then it became a middle name, and then a first name. My name, Wesley. It's been in my line ever since 1818, at least down my line of ancestry. But yeah, the Quakers, interesting people. As near as I could tell, I can't find his name anywhere in any meeting minutes, so it's a genealogical challenge for me. I'm on Mink Hollow Road in Ashton, Maryland. What's special about this house? Well, nothing, except the friend used to live here. The last time I was in that house was August 1992. This is the town of Clarksville. Is it the place the monkeys sang about when they were encouraging a young woman to take the last train to it? I don't know. This is my favorite spot in Baltimore, Federal Hill. Since the founding of Baltimore in 1729, this hill has been a popular point for viewing the city's growth. Here, 4,000 people feasted in 1788 to celebrate the ratification by Maryland of the federal Constitution, and in honor of the new government gave the place its name. It became a public park in 1880. As I said, I like coming to Federal Hill because the view is spectacular. Look down upon Baltimore. That's an attraction called the Inner Harbor. When we first moved back east in 1984, it was quite the thing. And then for a while it wasn't such a great place to go. And then I understood it was again. And I'm guessing it's not such a great spot anymore because I don't see a lot of people there. From what I understand, there's a crime problem down there. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And that's Camden Yards, the stadium out that way. Here's one of the great heroes of American history, Samuel Smith. Hero of both wars for American independence. He was a Revolutionary War veteran, but his primary contribution to his nation was that under his command, the attack of the British upon Baltimore by land and sea on September 12th through the 14th, 1814, was repulsed. He was a member of Congress for 40 successive years, President of the U.S. Senate, Secretary of the Navy, and the Mayor of Baltimore. Quite a man, Sam Smith. Died in 1839. This structure behind me is Fort McHenry in Baltimore. And if you don't know what happened at Fort McHenry, then I strongly urge you to open a history book or look it up on Wikipedia or something. We used to do Civil War events here. We would hang out in the fort, talk to the public. I spent an evening one time, we slept in the barracks. I spent an evening here, and that was a lot of fun. I once led a unit of Civil War reenactors to sing the national anthem at the base of that flagpole. That was pretty cool. And one time I was up very late and walking around in the fort, and I could hear ghostly footsteps. I could not identify where the footsteps were coming from, but I could just hear them echoing around in the fort. That's one of my two underwhelming ghost stories from my days doing Civil War reenacting. Anyway, Fort McHenry. Very pleasant out here. You get the water, and it's just a nice day. Nice fall day, cool and crisp. This is Laurel, Maryland. I used to live here. This is Main Street. Okay, that's the end of my ride today, 153 miles. But it was kind of an arduous 153 miles. A road king belongs on the super slab. It doesn't really belong in bumper-to-bumper traffic in Washington, D.C. or Baltimore. So it was kind of, that part was kind of lame. Plus there was this backup on the Beltway on the way home that sucked. The last thing you want to do at the end of a day when you've been on a bike all day is sit in traffic, you know? But anyway, it was a lot of fun. I saw some new and interesting things, and I got to take the bike up the Rock Creek Parkway and Beach Drive. Haven't done that because they just opened Beach Drive. So that was cool. Anyway, that's it for this time.
Ride free, brother. Ride free.